Steady now.
Enclave, the sophomore effort from Starbreeze Games, would face an interesting development, as the publisher would request a transition from a multiplayer-only Team Fortress competitor to a single-player experience. A dark fantasy adventure allowing you to experiment with multiple characters, explore a visually stunning world, and partake in both good and evil campaigns sounds rather appetizing. Unfortunately for Xbox owners, a few noticeable issues ranging from mechanical missteps to design decisions can chip away at the fun. Those intrigued by the setup may scratch some joy from this one, but only with sufficient patience. Sellenheim is a world that once knew war, as a demonic lord known as Vatar nearly wiped the people of this land in a brutal conflict. Only the sacrifice of Zale, a high wizard, ensured the survival of Sellenheim, as the forces of darkness were shut out. However, that protection is now fading as forces of evil attempt to rekindle this battle and return Vatar to power.
And if they don't get to you first, I will personally rip you apart with my...
The Enclave put trust in a prisoner who escapes their confines but helps defend against invaders, and it's up to this fighter, and others recruited along the way, to put a stop to this plan. It offers potential, but the story feels unfulfilling. Most missions bear few scenes, other than an opening spin around your chosen hero, and outside of story dumps between certain key chapters, it doesn't get much deeper. It's a shame, as it's competently voiced and offers intriguing lore.
Ancestors acclaimed them as heroes after showing such valor and bravery in the defense against the Outland invasion. Something seemed oddly amiss.
Enclave spreads its fantasy action across just over a dozen levels per campaign. Taking place in the third-person perspective primarily, players must trek through levels, driving back enemy factions while completing certain objectives.
Can you scout ahead? I'll remain.
While initially starting with a sole character, special actions and story progression reward further heroes, offering more experimentation and ways to play. The Huntress joins first, replacing swords and shields with bows, offering a ranged option for cautious players. Druids can cast magic spells using their staff, halflings offer increased speed, and the engineers can use bombs. It proves rather fun experimenting with each class, as missions can call for different strategies. The upgrade system also proves novel, with collectible coins in each stage being used as a sort of currency to select weapons and armour for your hero. Having more coin means you can equip better weaponry, stronger armour and health potions, proving very worthwhile. With levels proving rather spacious, seeking out these hidden treasures can be good fun. The problems stem from Enclave's gameplay, a tale of two halves. The shooting sides of things works better, with decent aiming and options to zoom your sight proving handy. It can be tough nailing shots due to enemies' fast movement, but pulling off a headshot is satisfying. The melee side of things fares much worse. Whether using swords, axes or daggers, it all suffers from an air of clunkiness. Swings sometimes miss despite you being near enough on top of the enemy. A lack of a lock-on certainly doesn't help matters. It can be rough going early in both campaigns, as you're forced to utilise melee-dependent characters. It doesn't help that this can be a tough game to crack, as enemies can hit hard, and getting swarmed by multiple foes can see you stun-locked. Throw in some awkward jumping, which gets put to use in platforming, and it feels like a mostly unwieldy game. Enclave also suffers from some peculiar choices that make the experience even more frustrating. A lot of the time, it feels like a game made to intentionally stiff the player. Enemies will spawn from the ceiling or around corners to get the jump on you, cramped rooms make crowd of foes harder to defend against, and certain moments see choices punished with instant death. A late mission in the Dark campaign sees you punished for entering the exit portal, an action taken on every previous mission, with failure. This could all be forgiven, but missions have a noticeable lack of checkpoints. Some at least allow you a chance to respawn, but out of the 20 plus missions between both campaigns, you could count these on a single hand. It's one thing to be challenged, but the scale here slides much closer to irritation, and most players will struggle to reach the end. It's a shame, as there's quite a bit here for those who can stick with it. Completion of the Light campaign unlocks a second focusing on the dark side of the equation, a sort of what-if scenario.
The battle raged, and the people fell before Vatar's vast army.
While it can feel like more of the same during earlier chapters, later ones see new environments while allowing you to play as enemies from the other campaign. Both will likely take a little over 10 hours to polish off, with seeking out all of the coin in each adding more to the runtime. Special maps also unlock bonus stages, though between shooting galleries and wave survival they are mostly undistinguished. Enclave, despite arriving early on in the Xbox's life, is quite the visual treat. Spacious levels look polished and detailed, character models are more intricate than you'd expect for the time period, and animation is pretty smooth, with combat looking great. The settings encompass a wide variety of attractive locales, from wistful forests and large castles to hellish landscapes for enemy strongholds. Performance is rather strong, mostly keeping up a 60 frames per second performance, with a few sharp dips on occasion. The sound is decent too, with fitting fantasy music that is catchy, solid voice acting, and strong effects for sword slashes, explosions, and monster cries. Enclave would end up a mere footnote in Starbreeze's catalogue, with a planned sequel canned after financial trouble with publisher Swing Entertainment saw legal trouble. A sequel might have done justice to the concept, as a bounty of potential is equal to the frustration certain missteps cause. A plethora of character classes, large levels, and dual campaigns offer intrigue, but clunky gameplay and frustrating design bury these ideas. Ultimately, those with patience and a spare controller might be able to mine fun from this game, but for anyone else, this fantasy adventure is best left in the past.
I have received word that the Dregatar have assaulted his convoys and attempted to assassinate him. He must be protected. We won't survive long without him.